What's up, guys? Dark Alley here, playing Ghost Recon Wildlands, and today we're doing another episode of Ghost Recon Wildlands Guide for just the average player. And today I am fulfilling, like, I swear every video someone comments on this rifle, and those of you who have know exactly what rifle I'm holding. It is the SR25 Jungle. You look at every episode of this series and someone has commented on it. Why am I not using it? Good question. So let's go ahead and it's definitely a precision rifle. Here, I'll show you some clips. It's definitely a very precision rifle, and it's got a decent rate of fire. Well, better than any other rifle in its class. As far as precision and damage goes, it has the fastest rate of fire of any of those. The only sniper rifles that fire quicker than this would be the Mark 14 and the G28. Now, that said, and you got a 20 round magazine. You can take out helicopters. You can dispatch helicopters easily with one shot. Vehicles can be a little bit more problematic. Sometimes it one shots them, sometimes not. And that does go the same with the 50 caliber sniper rifles. We've had issues usually in multiplayer where it's taken 2 or more shots to disable a vehicle, and that's with the guy still inside of it. Of course, we know that, or if you didn't know, now you know, if you're doing a convoy, I'm going to mark this base too because we might get some attention drawn from this base firing an unsuppressed rifle. If you're doing a convoy, when the guys disembark from the vehicles, it gets much less predictable as to how many bullets they'll take. There's a couple clips of me shooting lieutenant cars, and the first shot only sent the car smoking. Aircraft, however, yeah, again, it won't blow it up outright, but that's enough to take it down from the sky. And it's going to be the same with cars. Now, some could say that these variables might have something to do with the, where you hit the car at, like what part of the car you hit. Now, I've already shown in previous videos years ago, that it doesn't matter where you hit a car, and I'll show you that right now I'll simply shoot right through the window. Okay, this can't possibly be a weak spot in the car. I'm shooting right through the window, and it set it black smoking just like it would had I hit it directly. See, needless to say, I've done a lot of testing on this kind of stuff, and it is a bit of a variable as to whether or not this is going to blow a car. But you have the rate of fire to back that up. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's test its accuracy over range. I use this runway here in Villa Verde City because it's perfectly flat. There are other places where I test bullet drop. People have been wanting to see bullet drop, compared to the mil dot you use on the site. And I have a good place to do that, but it's got an incline, so you're going to have less bullet drop. Not by much, only by a small amount. Alright, so let's go back to 350 meters, and this thing has incredible accuracy, which is what I was talking about. It has incredible accuracy over range. Let's go ahead and have a look at it. So, first of all, let's look at the SR25 Jungle. So it's got the ACOG scope. I'm looking at the parts. It's got the ACOG scope. It's got a rangefinder, standard barrel, which is the longest barrel you can put on an SR25. The compensator V2, shift short angled grip. It's actually the same way that I run my SR25, but there's a big difference. This thing has basically no bullet drop. We're looking at 350 meters, which is the range I always test these because it's perfectly flat here. When you do these kind of tests, you always want to aim at the bottom of the mark. That mark is actually centered on the bottom, not where the arrow is. If you didn't know that, yeah, you always want to aim at the bottom of the mark, because no matter how close or far you get from the mark is the same size. It's because it centers off the bottom, not the center. Let's go ahead and take a shot with this. And there was hardly any bullet drop at all. I think this is actually the most precise rifle over range, and that's because the other two that are up there, and I'll show you, they cannot equip a rangefinder, and this can. Notice that bullet is right there, less than half a brick below where I was aiming at 350 meters. So at 350 meters, you basically have 0 bullet drop. You can aim at a guy's head and you can hit him right in the chest. So just at this range, you would just aim right above their head, basically. Just, bam. Now, depends on if you're shooting for the head. I usually shoot center mass. Chests are bigger and they move around less than the head. Anyway. Enough of that. Let's go ahead and swap weapons here. And let's swap out to... Well, let's show you where a regular SR25 would hit. It's already equipped exactly the same. Notice in the parts right there, ACOG, rangefinder, standard barrel, comp V2, shift short. It's exactly the same setup. That's how I run my SR25. Let's go swap to it. And we're going to aim in the same spot, right exactly at the bottom of this. It's a little harder to see with this scope, because the scope doesn't quite have the zoom that the scope's like the T5X I have, but there we go. Did you see how far that dropped? Let's go look in the drone. And I'll point at the bullet hole for you because it's pretty far down. If I can even see it. Oh yeah, I see it. It's behind these leaves right here. I'll point to it for you here. I'll move over and you can see it. There it is. It's right there. So that's significantly lower. In fact, this hits ridiculously high. This hits actually the regular SR25. That's where most snipers. No, I don't know. I have got a whole testing series. Just I'll put a link for that in the description below if I remember to. Look through my sniper rifle testing thing. Most of them hit around this mid range here. That is ridiculous, where the SR25 Jungle hit. Everyone knows it does a lot of damage and it's accurate. For instance, a regular SR25 will not. It's a 308 round. It will not take out a car in one shot. The SR25 Jungle sometimes does, sometimes doesn't. It's a little unpredictable with cars. I tested several convoys, of which I showed you clips of. I'll show you one more clip here in a second of full convoy takedown. I got a couple of them, I think. Let's swap to... So let's look at the other two most accurate sniper rifles and see how the Jungle compares. We're going to have a look at the Externhouse BFG. This is known to have very little bullet drop. I'm betting you, though, the SR25 Jungle beats this on bullet drop because the SR25 is able to equip a rangefinder, and this cannot. Let's make sure I get centered. Wait for the breathing. That might have actually been dead on. That almost looked dead on to me. The Externhouse BFG shoots extremely flat. Nope, it actually hit lower. It hit half a brick lower right there. Okay, I was right, and that is the difference. It's about a half a brick's distance at this range that a rangefinder makes. It's about half a brick. A longer barrel is about 1 brick, and a rangefinder is about half a brick. Guys, you guys know, if you watch my channel, you know I've done this a lot. If I can find it, I'll put up a map of where most of the sniper rifles hit. I haven't tested. Some of these sniper rifles came out after I was doing my testing, and so don't have them all on there. For instance, definitely it was before Fallen Ghost, so I didn't have the Externhouse BFG up there because it wasn't out yet. Now that said, there's one other that shoots extremely flat, but I don't think this is gonna come close either, and that is going to be the HTI BDC. It's good, but I don't think it's that accurate. Why am I not seeing it? HTI, oh, there it is. The HTI BDC. Let's test this guy. Well, let's see. It's not going to, I don't know. The BDC is pretty accurate. Let's see. And it hit, I'm trying to decide. Oh, my previous bullets disappeared. Okay. So the, hit right about where Externhouse BFG did, maybe just like 1 lower, basically. So that's neither here nor there, though, because it's not a test of the HTI. This is a test of the SR25 Jungle. And the SR25 Jungle, so it makes it the most precise rifle over range in the game. You can use it against vehicles, particularly choppers. And, because it'll always take a chopper down first shot. Never had a problem with that. Well, luckily, it's rapid fire. Jesus. Can't believe I missed that shot. Cannot believe I missed that shot, but I did. Anyway, it will always take a chopper down first shot. Ground vehicles, a little trickier. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you a full convoy takedown that I did at I did 2 convoy takedowns at Kawani, by Kawani Delta, and I'll show you both of those, and I will show you a convoy takedown I did at Kawani Bravo. I already recorded them. There's no reason to do them again, so I'll just go ahead and show you those right now. Okay, guys, so draw your own conclusions. That first takedown I did at Kawani Delta, it actually looked like the guys were disembarking from the truck, and yet it blew it first shot. I've done a lot of testing against vehicles and things like that, and you just never know. You just never know with the SR25 Jungle, but it can fire this fast. So, I mean, and it has a 20-round magazine. So, anyway, people are asking me, why have I not been using it? Well, one thing it won't do, this will take out a Ginny, but it will not take down a radar jammer. As far to my knowledge, only the 50 caliber rifles will take down a radar jammer. Or a grenade, you know. Or simply hitting the switch, but you know what I mean. I mean, as far as long range, only a grenade launcher or a 50 cal is going to do it. This will not take down a radar jammer. Just take my word for it. I don't want to go out. I could go out there and show you, but it won't. So don't try it. And that's why in the last video, for instance, someone commented on my last video, why wasn't I using the SR25? Yeah, it has a higher rate of fire. I'm not the best sniper, so if you miss, you can more quickly get a follow-up shot. That's true. But I didn't miss any of those shots, I don't think. The other thing is, because this is only a 308, I mean, it's incredibly accurate. It will destroy vehicles pretty well. But because it's only a 308, I don't think it'll shoot through walls and things like the larger 50 caliber weapons like this one here will. We can test this further if you like. I think I've done it pretty thoroughly here. I'm running a little late on my deadline, guys, but I think that's it for today's video. So that's a pretty good view. So if you didn't know about the SR25 Jungle, now you do know. It's kind of overpowered. I don't know if they did it on purpose or what, but yes, everyone in the know knows that the SR25 Jungle is a little overpowered. Its accuracy is off the charts. It has basically no bullet drop. You don't have to start adjusting for bullet drop until like over 400 meters. And especially if you have the high ground, that does have a small negligible effect, having the high ground and low ground. If you have the high ground, you have to adjust for less bullet drop, and we can talk about that in a future video. That said, if you didn't know, if you were not in the know about the SR25 Jungle, and get it. Especially if, you know, like me, I'm not the best sniper in the world. This is a handy rifle to have because you don't have to really worry about adjusting for bullet drop. You just got to worry about where your crosshair is pointing. And you got quick follow-up shots, so if it doesn't kill a vehicle in one shot, which sometimes it doesn't, but I've actually had the HTI not kill a human target in one shot. One time it took me 2 shots with an HTI to kill an enemy. Yeah, I know, and I used to have it on video, and I might still somewhere. If I do, I'll put that clip up, but don't count on it. I think I lost it some time ago. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We post these every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget to subscribe and comment on the video. Tell me what you think about the SR25 Jungle. I know of its capabilities. I just choose to use other rifles. Same reason I choose to use the SR3M instead of, you know, everyone has a preference for different rifles, guys. So check that. Check that. If you want to check out this playlist, the link to the entire playlist is down in the description below. Also down there is a link to my Patreon. Thanks so much for my new patrons. I saw I just got one today. Thank you so much to him. Yeah, I saw your comment on my video as well. And there's also a link down there, just a quick link to PayPal if you guys want to support the channel that way. Just a one-time little support. It really does help a lot. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of Ghost Recon Wildlands, Guide for the Average Player. I'm Dark Deli. See you tomorrow.